Hello, my name's Judy Parsons, known as the LinkedIn Lady, and what I wanted to do here is just go through the new LinkedIn interface, a new redesigned desktop interface which LinkedIn has recently changed so it reflects the mobile version of LinkedIn. As a result, of course, though, a number of things have moved around, and it's a case of finding everything again and getting up to speed with where everything is. So I'm going to start by just talking a little bit about this page, which is our home page. So every time you log into LinkedIn, this is going to be the first page that you come to. And we have at the top here our navigation bar. So here is the search field. We've then got home. So again, if you click on home, it brings you back to this page. We've got my network, jobs, if you're looking for jobs, messaging, notifications, and me here. And we also have a work menu as well. So I'm going to go through some of these in a little bit more detail. But if I just start off by clicking on me, that little down arrow under me, here you can go to your profile. You can also access your settings and privacy in here. And also any company pages that you may have set up or been managing. Now you can't see it on here, but right at the bottom it says sign out. And so it's a little bit annoying because what I have to do is actually reduce the size of my screen. And then you can see, if I just go back to that, you can see sign out. It's recommended that you do sign out of LinkedIn because just closing it down doesn't sign you out. So especially be wary of that if you're on computers you don't normally use. Then under the work menu, we've got groups. So this is where you now find your groups. A little bit hidden, so this will take you to your groups page and show you the groups that you're members of. And again, down here, again, a little bit hidden. If you want to create a company page, this is where it is. So I'm just going to get rid of that and increase my screen size again. So coming over here onto the left-hand side, you've got your picture and your name and your headline here. You can click on this picture and again, it will take you to your profile. So you can edit your profile from here. This is how many views you've had to your profile and how many views of your articles. So if I just click on who's viewed your profile, it's slightly different now to what it used to be. But you can see how many profiles you've had and whether they've gone up or down, and also gives you some idea of where they've come from and how they found you. And also I'm going to do is just click on the home button. And then if you click on views of your article, what that does is show your activity. So these are articles that I've actually created. So these are long form articles. These are what used to be called pulse posts. So these are long articles like blogs. Any posts I've done, so these are status updates on here as well. So here's some status updates that I've done. You can see how many views and how many comments and likes that I've had. And then all activity is engagement that I've done on my profile, on my networks, my connections activity. So I've liked and commented on other people's activity, which is always a good thing to do. So back to the home page. So in the middle here, this is where we now share an article, a photo or a date. So if you're going to do a status update, this is where you can do it. Okay, you can upload an image. Obviously we want to post to public. Obviously this is your news feed down here as before, so you can absolutely see what people are saying. Just going to refresh that screen again. If you want to write an article, that's where you do it. So if you want to write a long form article, you just need to click on here and that will take you through to LinkedIn Publishing. Just wait for that to load. So this is where you add your photo, your header banner up here, your headline, and then you can start writing information here. It's very limited formatting, but you know, it works to an extent. Let's click over here. Just the last thing I wanted to show you, can you see where it says sort by and it says top, it defaults to top, but actually you can also look at recent. So you can change the view and see what are the most recent posts that are coming up, and you get to see a lot of people who connections, so who's connecting with whom as well. You get on here a lot more than what you do under recent. So if there's any posts that you don't like, if you click on these three dots, just click on here, so you see the three dots, click on that with your left mouse button. You can copy the links. If you wanted to send a status update or something to somebody, you can actually copy the link to the post, which I found quite useful. You can hide the post. Obviously this is an ad that I've clicked on, that's why you're seeing that. And then you can get recommendations for sources to follow. So you can manage your newsfeed should you wish to. But obviously as it's all the connections, all your connections, all their status updates that's going into that newsfeed. If you notice at the bottom here, it says messaging. So we can instantly, quite quickly get to our messaging, and we can send people messages. So we have a cog here which allows us to turn pop-ups off. We can create a new message by clicking on that icon there, and we can start typing messages. So I'm just going to click on that and close that menu down. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is to move on to my network. So I'm just going to click on this tab. And in here, this is where you get to see all your received invitations. So I've got 7 received invitations. And if I just click on show more, you can see most of them, as you can see, do not have a personalized connection request, but it shows me what shared connections I have with these people. I'm just going to come down. This chap here has sent me a message, and you can see that he's personalized his connection request because it's just underneath here. Now if you click on manage all, so as well as seeing all your received invitations, you can see all the sent invitations, which is quite important as well if you want to see who you've sent invitations to that haven't yet been accepted. Back to received, so for example here Nancy has sent me a connection request, no personalization, no message to say why she wants to connect. So if I don't actually want to connect with Nancy just at the moment, or I want to message her, I can click on message here, and that will take me to the messaging tab where I can say, oh, thank you very much for your invitation to connect. May I ask what attracted you to my profile, or why do you want to connect, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to my network now. The other thing I wanted to mention is your connections. You can click on see all. Now at one time you used to be able to sort these connections by different filters. So there were tags that we could use that allowed us to segment our connections. Unfortunately they have now gone, so we can only now search our connections by recently added, first name or last name. However, we could search our connections in here, so we could type something like business coach, let's say, hit return, and it will bring up all the people that have got business coach. Let's just try that again. There we go. It'll bring us all the people that have got business somewhere in their profile. So we can do a little bit of sort of searching within here for certain types of job titles. So it seems like, oh yeah, there we go, I have a few solicitors as well there. So we can do that. It doesn't unfortunately tell you how many you've got here, but you know, you can always search your connections in that way as well. So I'd like to just now go and focus on notifications. So if I click on the notifications tab, this is where people, you get notified of people who have commented on either your content or have commented on content from other people that you've also commented on. It's where you get notifications of birthdays, people who have moved jobs and have got a new job, or work anniversaries. So if I scroll down, you can see I commented on this post, and this Sue McCarthy also commented on it. I've got congratulate Angela here for starting a new role, people who have liked my content, people who have seen my profile. So you can actually go in and you can slightly edit these notifications. So if you wanted to turn off activities of this type, you can turn them off here. And if you notice, I've actually turned 2 notifications off. So if I just click on edit, I've turned off the option I don't want to receive birthdays. I may sound a bit miserable, but for me, that's what it's not what I use LinkedIn for. I've also turned off work anniversaries. I have left on, if I just go back, hit that little arrow there, I have kept on when people change jobs, because that's really interesting to know when people are moving roles and what they're doing, and that's a great way to sort of keep in touch with people and find out more information about where they've gone to, and of course who's taken over from where they've left. That's the notifications. So if I just go back to home, what I'm going to do is just quickly click on my photo, and that's going to take me to my profile. So just give you a quick overview of how this has changed. So your header section now, you've got a sort of circle image at the top of your photo, your name, and then the headline as it appears here. You've then underneath there got your company name, which is taken from your current experience, and your first education, obviously your location and how many connections you've got. And then this is your summary. So only the first 2 lines of your summary appear now before somebody actually has to click on see more. The question is, at this moment, will people click on see more, or will they simply scroll down? I'm not 100% sure. I think people will scroll down. So these 2 lines really sort of have to stand out and encourage people to stay on your profile. So I use it to augment my headline, and as you can see, I've got some more keywords in here, and also how people can, what action people can take, either connect with me or email me. So you've got your, over on the right hand side here, if I just scroll down, this is where your contact information is now. So if I just click on show more, you can see that's my LinkedIn profile. Oops, that's my LinkedIn profile URL there. These are my websites that I've set up, my phone, my email, and my Twitter. Now, if you can't edit your Twitter from here anymore, you have to go into your privacy and settings and add your Twitter there. So if I just click on edit contact info, you can see this is where you want to add your website address. If you have an office address and you want to include that. You see LinkedIn Lady here, that's my Twitter account. That's actually grayed out, so I can't edit it from here. And as you can see, your edits won't be shared. And if you remember, in the old version, we used to have to turn those off if we didn't want people to know that we were updating anything like this. Now it's automatically done. What I've found is that it's only if you're adding something new, like a new work position, will it say, it'll give you the option to turn that on or off. So I'm just going to click that. Get rid of that. So back to the home page, and what I'd like to do now is just go over the new search function. So this is up here now. So if I just click with my left mouse button where it says search, you get this magnifying glass icon displayed. So I can click on that, or at the bottom it says search for people with filters. I'm just going to click on the magnifying glass. And this brings up the new search window. So we can search by people, jobs, posts, companies, groups, schools, etc. So we can click on people. Just wait for it to catch up. And we can then use the filters over on the right hand side. So we can search by second degree connections. I can search by Wakefield. So you can search by location. And every time I select a filter, as you can see, it's going away and reducing down the number of results. So I've now got, from over 2 million, I've now got 6,000 results for second degree connections for people in Wakefield. So there's over 6,000 people who live in the same hometown as me that I'm not connected to. Interesting. And then I can select industry. So if I was looking for people in construction, I could select construction, and it goes right down to 524 results. So this is the new search function that we've got. There was a lot of hoo-ha about this because we were losing a lot of functionality. However, it's not as bad as what we thought it was going to be. So we still have filters. We can still search by keywords here. So if I could put MD or managing director, for example, in here. If if I just hit the return key, that'll go away and it'll search for people who've got managing director or MD in their title field, in their current experience title field. So again, it really reduces down their results. The thing is as well, if I actually put the same search criteria in here as well, what that allows to do, I don't know if you noticed it then, but it actually, we can still save our searches. So, which is really good. So on the free version you have, as far as I'm aware, it hasn't changed. Tried to find the information, but you can still save up to 3 searches. So if you look here, I've got salespeople in Wakefield, it's saying 1 new. So if I clicked on that, it would come up and tell me who the new person was. I enter my save search. And to save this particular search, all I need to do is click on create search result. And LinkedIn will tell me when new people join it, and you can get that by email if you wish, so you can turn that option off. And then you click on save, and LinkedIn will tell me when I get new MDs or managing directors within Wakefield who are in the construction industry. So the search isn't as bad as what we thought we were going to do, which is really good news. So I'm just going to click back onto home because there's one other thing I wanted to highlight to you. And I'm just going to scroll down and see if I can find one. Yeah, of course it's not going to be there now. The good news is that as soon as I find one, as you can see, not many people are using it at the moment. Right, here we go. So hashtags are now back in LinkedIn. Hooray! And they're searchable. So they introduced them back onto the mobile version. So you could often see hashtags on the desktop version, but they weren't clickable. But now they are. So if, as you can see here, we've got world-class Wakey. It's appropriate, really. If I click on that, what that does is go away. And we again go back to the search window. And as you can see, I'm searching posts. And it'll come up with all the articles and the status updates that have got world-class Wakey hashtag in the update. So probably all from Danielle here, because this is the one she uses. But you can see I can quickly now go and find out all the information around this particular hashtag. So there we have it. That is the new LinkedIn interface. I hope you found that useful. Please do get in touch if you have any questions. Judy@judithparsons.com, or please do connect with me on LinkedIn. It'd be great to connect. Thanks very much.